Hello. I wanted to come on to talk about an issue one of my girlfriends and I were discussing last night. She brought up the fact that, she's online dating like a lot of us are, but she stated that she's not getting results. She's not getting the hits. Nobody is asking her out. So I was like, she's a very beautiful woman. So I was like, well, what's the problem? Like, what is going on? So, I started asking probing questions and I kind of immediately found out what the problem um, that was hindering her from getting dates while dating online. So I talked to her, gave her some information that has worked for me personally. And she was like, oh my God, like I would have never thought to do these things. And I was like, it's really simple things, but if you implement it, you'll get a better result and probably a better quality of men asking you out for dates. So I wanted to make this video. Since I do date, I date regularly. I date for a purpose. I'm not just dating just to be out here getting free meals as some guys think, but I'm actually dating with the purpose I would like to remarry. So I want to share this because I had to go through the process myself, trial and error, and I found these things have helped me maximize my results. So it's the profile. The first thing we want to discuss is your pictures. With your pictures, you don't want to post pictures of you with other people. You don't want to have, like, if you're a woman, you don't want to have you and two or three of your homegirls in the picture with you. And I've seen men online that do this. It's him, all of his buddies. And I'm like, well, which one are you? You can't really pick them out because we don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. So it gets frustrating. And one time, me and some girlfriends, we were, all together and kind of swiping, looking at pictures. And it was a guy and one of his friends, and we were like, well, the friend looked better than him. Like, can we get the friend's profile? That's who we want to talk to. So you don't want to be that person where, somebody may swipe on you just to kind of get close to your friend. So keep it simple, pictures of yourself and pictures of no one else. The next thing I've seen, people that put pictures of their children. I know we all love our children, we love our kids and everything, but don't put them in your profile pictures online dating. There's a lot of creeps. That's one reason. And another reason, that's not something that will cause people to want to be with you, especially if they're not 100% sold on that fact of wanting to be a step parent. Maybe it's something wants to get to know you, know your personality, get to know your your mothering or parenting style. It can kind of grow on them. But if they see off rip you have children, it may be something that deters them. Other things that I want to share is far as your pictures. Yes, we all want to have a nice headshot, but don't let that be it. You want to have full body pictures. You want to have some where you're dressed, up in ladies in a nice dress or something, nice where people can see that they can take you a nice place and you can clean up nicely. Also, athletic wear as well. Just keep it diverse. If you do biking or anything like that, take a picture on your bike or something, let the person know that you're active. So that's another good thing to do. Don't have a bunch of headshots on there. It's an automatic red flag because that means you're hiding your body for a reason. And plus, people want to make sure you got both your, not saying anything wrong with disabled people, but, we want to see you can stand, you got both legs, all that kind of stuff. Like you're not, just a morbidly obese person. If that's not what they're into, people want to see what they're getting. They don't want to, plan a date, get dressed, go out somewhere, and then be disappointed when they see you. I've had that happen to me because guys, they shoot photos from angles as well. And you get to the place and you see the guy and you're like, oh, wow. And, you remain pleasant, but no second date, because that's not what you're looking for. So make sure you're putting, the nice headshots as well as a full body photo so the person can see what they're getting. Also, one thing I did want to mention, smile in your pictures. Don't have the resting bee face in every single picture. And even with men, I tell men you should smile more in your pictures because we want to make sure you have your teeth. I mean, that's one thing. And also it makes you look very pleasant, a pleasant individual that someone would want to take out to dinner or, meet up for ice cream or do something with because you just look pleasant. You don't have that, stale face. And the only other thing I did want to mention about the photos, have more than one picture. That is the most frustrating thing. Someone have that one picture and like, well, they look really nice, but all I got is one picture to go by. That's an automatic, I can't deal with it. So have multiple photos. Make sure you put a few full body pictures. Don't have them all in the same outfit. Change clothes, get some outside, get some doing activities. Show the person that you're an active person and that you're interesting. So with my friend, the issue that she was having, because all her pictures were great, but her issue was her profile, what she wrote about herself. She put the whole, I don't want this, I don't want that, I ain't this, I ain't that. That's a turnoff for anybody. Having a negative vibe on your profile. It's like, if you don't want all this, what exactly it is that you do want? What is it that you want? You done told us everything you don't want, but what is it that you do want? What is it that you do for, for fun? That's what you want to put in your profile. One thing I've noticed about men that I kind of figured it's that they don't want women with children or small children. They'll put that they like to be spontaneous and like to go out on a minute's notice. So if you have little kids or if you have, where you can't just get up and go, you can't get with the men that are spontaneous. And I've noticed that about a lot of men on their profile. They'll put, I like to be spontaneous. I like to be able to go at a moment's notice, keep a bag packed so we can go take trips, travel, and things like that. So those are types of positive things you want to put on your profile. If you're not looking for someone with children or you don't want anyone that's tied down and can't go anywhere or do anything, just put, I'm an empty nester and I like to travel. I'm spontaneous, things like that, because people will pick up on that to let you know, that you're fun. You like to go out. You like to have fun, but you're not saying, I don't want no man with no kids. I don't want a woman with little kids, but you're putting it in a different frame than saying what you don't want or what you ain't gonna do. You want to discuss, things that you do, your hobbies. If you don't have any hobbies, you need to get some hobbies, things that make you an interesting person, because this is what's going to help you when you get on your date and start, if you go out on a date with the person or if they ask you on a second date, eventually you're going to have to need something to talk about. You're going to have to show that you're an interesting person. And who wants to be on a dry date where there's zero conversation? I've been there. I've been on dates where I'm trying to pull information out of the person, but they are dry as toast. It's horrible. So the number one thing I would definitely say, make sure you're an interesting person. If you're just going home, picking up the kids from school, no hobbies, maybe go to the gym every now and again, that's really boring. You need to definitely get into something so that you'll have something to talk about, something interesting to bring to the conversation. So that's one thing you want to put on your profile. Like I said, if you like biking, if you like hiking, things of that nature, if you, do volunteer work, stuff like that, you want to put is all positive, and it'll bring a higher quality of person to your profile, and it shows that you're interesting. And just keep your profile short and sweet. You don't have to tell them your whole story. You don't have to tell them your whole life. You want to just tell them just enough to get them engaged so that they'll swipe on you and send you a message, and then you can start conversation. I'm reading my notes here. That's why I keep looking down. Okay. I have a couple of personal rules. These just apply to me when dating online. If I swipe, we match, I'll give a person 1 week, no more than a week, to chat online. One thing I do not do, and I don't say this, but this is my own personal thing I keep in the back of my head. You're not going to good morning me and good afternoon me to death. We're grown. So you're either going to tell me good morning, we're going to chat, and, have a couple of little conversations, and then we need to move off of the app. If you need to get a Google number or something, if you don't feel comfortable giving someone your real number, that's fine. But you want to have that person eventually move off the app. I rarely initiate giving my phone number, but if someone asks for it, I do give it to them so that we can move off the app and then we can talk in person. Now, when you start talking in person, you need to have standards and parameters. If this person is calling you after a certain time, say 9 o'clock at night, and they're just constantly doing it, and it's not related to them just getting off work because they work a certain shift or anything, don't answer, or you need to let them know, hey, I'm available from this time and this time. If you want to call, feel free to give me a call, but I don't accept calls after a certain time, because what's going to end up happening, eventually they're going to call at night, and the only thing they want to do is see you at night, so you want to keep it where they know that you have standards and that they can call you between certain hours of the day, because you got to get to bed, you got a career, you got to do things, want to get to bed at night so you can get up the next day. The next thing, once we get off of the app, we've talked, video chat maybe. Sometimes guys like to do that. Sometimes they'll ask for a picture. I used to get really annoyed about it until someone put it into perspective for me about how men are visual. They want to see what they're getting. So I'll send them a picture and I'm like, okay, I get it now. But a lot of guys do like to do the video chat. So I'll do video chat with Duo, or if we both have Androids, then we can do it that way. But from that point, I have 5 calendar days. That's another, like I say, a rule of mine. 5 calendar days, because I'm dating for a purpose. You're not going to just try to use me as a pen pal or phone buddy. I'm not doing that. So 5 calendar days to set up the date. We don't necessarily have to be on the date, but if the man does not ask me within 5 calendar days to meet in person, normally I'll let him know it doesn't look like you're really wanting anything, so I'm going to, wish you the best and let you go on about your business. And the reason why I don't initiate requesting dates is because I just feel as though that's a masculine space, and it should be the man that's initiating dates and wanting to set them up, plan them. I don't plan dates or anything, so I let the man do that, because if he's doing that, that means he's pursuing me, not chasing, but pursuing me, and I'm allowing him to come to me, and I'm being available, if he's a gentleman. So 5 calendar days to set up something, and then we'll meet in person and do it safely. There's no coming to my house. No, I'm not coming to your house, any of that stuff. We can meet out in a public place where there's other people around, so there's no issue. And ladies, make sure that you're on time. Don't keep a man waiting, for that first date. Just don't do it. I mean, I understand sometimes traffic happens, but if you're on the phone with him and you're kind of letting him know, like, look, there was an accident, I'm so sorry, I'm on my way, ETA, whatever time. I mean, life happens. You can't help traffic. But just try to be on time for the date, and just be safe and make sure it's in a public place. But that's what I wanted to share about the first part of this online dating thing. I do want to follow up with the first date and how to maximize with getting a second date. Because there are certain things you want to do as a lady that works really well, works for me to get asked on a second date. And just also keep in mind, dating is just, you're learning each other. Don't go in on the date with expectations. He's a perfect stranger. You don't know this man from Adam. He don't know you. Don't go in talking about you're trying to get married, and don't beat him over the head with your degrees and how many houses, boats, cars, trains, and automobiles or whatever you have. You're just going in, keep the conversation light and fun. That's why I say have hobbies, so you can talk about your hobbies and fun things. Of course, you would want to ask stuff like, are you married? Or, you got a girlfriend, if that's something you want to ask. And if they don't have a girlfriend, is there anybody who think that they may be your girlfriend? With me, I always assume every man I meet is dating, because I'm like, if I find him attractive and interesting enough to date, I'm not the only one. And that's okay. My job is to stand out from the rest of the ladies. So that's one thing I definitely wanted to also address, and I will talk about that in my next video. But this one was about setting up that profile to at least get the first date. So hopefully this information helped. It definitely helped me to get a better quality of guy, and I get a lot of hits on my dating profile. So just like I say, keep it positive, keep the energy in a certain way. Make sure you tell all the good, not the bad. Make sure you have many pictures of yourself. Look nice, clean. Don't, check the background of where you're taking the pictures. Don't have, a nasty house and then taking pictures and posting them, because people look at things like that. So just make sure the pictures look good, different angles, different, standing up or whatever, full body, face. And also, one thing with the ladies, we like to wear our hair different. So if you have different hairstyles that you wear on a regular, put different pictures with your different hair. And also, if you're going to be online for a while, you may want to probably once a month update your pictures. So if you have, a hairstyle, because like right now I got the faux locks. When I take those out, change my hair, of course I'll take pictures, and then of course I'll go in and change my profile to show what I look like right now, to keep your profile as accurate and up to date as possible. You do not want to be the person that show up and they're like, this is not what I signed up for. So that's all I have. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please leave me comments. Let me know what you think. And if you do change your profile, let me know how it works out for you. And if you have any other questions about anything, definitely let me know. I, again, appreciate you all for watching my video, and have a wonderful rest of your day.